You're watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, from fireworks to toxic table scraps, your summertime celebrations could become a nightmare for your pets. We'll get some safety tips from the Quad City Animal Welfare Center. Plus, where science meets self-care, we get a behind-the-scenes look at some breakthrough technology in non-invasive body contouring, burning fat while building muscle. And the heat of summer will soon have our air conditioners, our fans, even our refrigerators working overtime. But what happens when an outdated or overloaded panel can't keep up? We'll get some answers from the electric doctor. And that's where we begin today on Quad Cities Live. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier. As we prepare for the scorching temperatures of summer, it's important to consider your electrical panel. You might not think twice about that small gray box. Maybe it's tucked in your basement or your garage, but it is truly the heartbeat of your home's power system. And during extreme heat, it's working overtime. Joining us now is Jeff Lanham, a master electrician with the Electric Doctor. Jeff, welcome back.
Well, thanks for having me again. Really nice to be here.
Yes, it's so great. I'm so happy you're here. First of all, I hear congratulations are in order because this year you're going to be celebrating a pretty big milestone with the Electric Doctor.
Yeah, so the Electric Doctor's been around for 20 years this year.
Wow.
So I wish I could say I've only been doing it 20 years.
No.
But, so yeah, it's been a real great run.
Yeah.
Russell Electric is our commercial division. Started in 1948, and 20 years ago we thought that we needed a focused residential company, and that's the Electric Doctor. So
wonderful.
Yeah, so really happy to be part of that group.
I know. I'm so happy we could talk about it today. So congratulations. 20 years is a very long time for any business. And you talk about yourself, 40 years.
Yeah.
You are a master electrician. Just talk a little bit about your background. And you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I started right out of high school, which is not a usual thing, but like the next day I started my electrical apprenticeship. And so I got in the trade, and I'm a third generation electrician.
Wow.
So it was kind of natural progression for me to do that.
Yeah.
And so I got in, and as a young man wandered around just a little bit before I decided that this was my career. But once I got really in tune to it, it's an exciting field to be in, shocking field to be in, if you will. So
I got jokes.
Yeah, brought jokes today. So, but it's a great trade, and there's a lot of push today for young persons to get into trades rather than go to college and things.
Yeah.
So, but it's a real good trade. It's not real hard on your back.
Well, and you're helping people, you know, at the end of the day, which is honestly what we're talking about today and what we're focused on, is keeping people safe.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. So we're talking extreme heat. Of course, you know, the middle of summer is really what we're focused on. That's the time when, you know, people's air conditioners go out. It's just a time when bad things can happen, when it's very, very cold and it's very, very hot. So we're focused on the heat. What can happen inside our electrical panels during extreme heat?
So what a lot of people don't understand is that little box down in the basement or in your garage,
we ignore it.
Yeah, the little train that I think I can, it just keeps going. And what it does is over the years, those components which are on the screen right now, they expand, they contract, and when they do so, those screws actually can loosen themselves. It doesn't seem like they can, but they loosen themselves, or the mechanical metal parts inside those panels, they're like me and you. The older we get, the less flexible we are.
You're so right.
Yeah, so they just keep expanding and contracting, and eventually they don't make good contact. And when they do, that creates an arc or sparks, and then that's the vicious cycle. So the more loose it becomes, the more arcs and more sparks that occur, and then eventually till these fires happen. So they become so loose that the arcs and the sparks create heat, and then that heat, then it just multiplies upon itself until it fails.
Right. So yeah, there are multiple things that can happen when one of these electrical panels is overheating. So breaker failures is, I would assume, one of the less dangerous things that can happen, but nonetheless, it's inconvenient.
It is, and it doesn't ever happen like Monday at 2.
No.
It's usually Sunday at 2 a.m.
Right.
And it's hard to find somebody to come out and do that, which brings to another point. We're 24 hours a day, always a live operator. And that was one thing we wanted to do with Electric Doctor. But we run across so many of these because of, number one, our availability on the weekends. And because again, you're overloading your air conditioner when you're home, and that's going to be the weekend or the evenings. And typically during the week, it's not getting overloaded, but it still is. It's if I call kind of self-destructs upon itself. It just gets worse and worse and worse, and until they finally do melt down and they catch fire. The circuit breaker, like you said, is the least of our concern. It's usually the electric meter that is the worst.
Okay.
Because the way it's designed from the power company, there is no overcurrent protection at the pole. So it's on TV now, I think, is it?
Yeah,
Let me
so
hold this
electrical
thing
fires,
up.
I mean, as we get into that, I'm assuming this is the
pan up.
result
Here, I'll
of
do
that.
this.
Yeah,
There's
they'll pan up for you. Here
There
we go.
we go. So that's a melted
Yikes.
one, and ironically, this was just a few weeks ago.
Oh my gosh.
And
that's
so the
scary.
heating season's just started. So this was quite a fire. This is a melted meter in here. And so what the problem with this is that there's 4, 5, 6 houses on one circuit for the power company. So your one little overload isn't going to trip their breaker.
Okay.
So, and then and a side note,
That
funny
is
side note
frightening.
is if I can say it on the air, this is how I met my wife.
Okay, I was like, oh, I don't know. I don't know what you're going to say, Jeff.
Right, but
No, that's very
so
good.
I was out on a service call, same thing, emergency, and that's how I met my wife. But
This is kind of a heartfelt
it
episode
is,
we
it
have
is,
today.
that 20-year anniversary.
I love
and,
that.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh! But anyway, aside from that. We run into these. We actually had one today as well.
Oh my
So we had
gosh.
one about 10 o'clock today, a melted meter. We go out and you know, unfortunately, when this happens, this is an expensive repair.
I can imagine.
So a lot of this can be found before it actually happens.
Okay, so that brings me to my next question, right? We want to have solutions to these problems, but it would be great if they weren't problems at all in the first place.
Right,
so
right.
how can we protect ourselves? One note that you provided us, flickering. So if
Yeah.
you have a lot of lights that are flickering in your home, like I have a dining room light, and I just thought it was because I installed it.
Yeah.
So if lights are flickering or dimming, what can that mean?
So the flickering and dimming is a lot of times it's this electric meter I showed you today. So the
Okay.
flickering and dimming can be a problem with your electric meter, your electric panel, your wiring. It could be something, maybe a utility problem. So that's things to look out. And a lot of people, they'll say my lights have been flickering and dimming. And
We've just made it a word.
So,
Yeah.
so the funny thing is, we'll ask how long this has been happening. They're like, oh, a few months now. And we're like,
Okay.
so if you have flickering lights, dimming type lights, you should have somebody come out and look at it right away.
Pretty soon.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you know, this could be the result.
It is. It's a precursor to that.
Oh.
And so that's one. Nuisance tripping on circuit breakers or GFIs.
Okay.
So if you have to reset them frequently, that's going
Okay.
to be a future problem. And also, one of the main things is any electrical component is designed to last about 25 to 30 years.
Okay.
Now, you might get 40 years, 50 years out of your equipment.
But at least know
Yes.
how old it is. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're approaching that 30-year mark, that's you know, and that brings us to our next point, in getting an inspection. So if you are at that 30-year mark with your panel, you guys will actually come out and you will inspect. Now, is that what this sheet is here?
Yep. So I
Okay.
brought a little sheet with me today. It's a 50-point electrical inspection. There
Okay.
we go, prominently displayed.
Yes.
And so, yeah.
There's a
there
lot
we
of
go,
stuff on
Vanna.
there, yeah.
And but so we went over it beforehand, and you're like, I don't even know what half this
Okay.
stuff is.
Yeah. So the camera is trying to.
Oh, zoom
if I
in
could just turn it
as
the
I
right
move
way,
it, right.
ever. So some of the things on here. Entrance conductors installed correctly. Let's see. Is the meter base okay? Is the grounding system correct? So I don't know the answers to any of those questions for my own home.
Right.
So that's where the experts come
That's
in.
where we come in, right? Yeah, and so a lot of those things, as we inspect them, we go through and we note whether it fails or passes.
Okay.
And then we note the age of your home. We actually have a little chart at the bottom, shows a pass-fail.
Oh, yeah.
And then we can recommend whether it should be, fixed immediately, whatnot. But most importantly is we're going to leave you a recommendation of what we feel you should do immediately. What are the things
Good.
that are are so bad that we would repair right away. A common phrase I use is with people, and it helps them understand how bad it is I always say, if this was my mother's house, I wouldn't hesitate to do it right now.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll let
Right.
you know the severity of the situation. Okay, and so for folks that are watching right now, they can call and get an inspection anytime they want, but
Yep.
you're doing a little bit of a promotion for anyone who mentions seeing you here today on Quad Cities Live.
Yeah, absolutely. So normally a $399 inspection will be discounted $100. We'll
Okay.
come out, we're going to inspect all of your panels, also your receptacles within your home. We have a receptacle checker. We're going to make sure your grounding is up to National Electrical Code standards, also local codes. We're going to check and make sure you got lightning or surge protection within your home. And again, it's a 50-point inspection we showed here, and that's $100 off by mentioning that you saw
$100 off
Jeff here.
and some peace of mind. And you know, also you guys offer generators. I know we're not really getting into that today, but you know, as it is storm season, that's also something that you can ask them about anytime. Here's the website. So if you want to learn more about services, promotions, or if you want to schedule a visit, you can do that right online. Just head to the website on your screen, electricdoctor.com. As always, Jeff, enlightening today. Thank you so much.
Thanks
I
for
said
having me.
enlightening, not lightning.
Yeah, right.
We're
right.
full of jokes
Yeah.
today. All right, thank you.
Thanks again.
Coming up on Quad Cities Live, summer events can be stressful, even dangerous for our pets. The Quad City Animal Welfare Center will join us with tips to keep them safe. And we'll meet Claire, today's adoptable four-legged friend. The summer season is all about events and gatherings, oftentimes with lots of people, food, sometimes fireworks. But while we celebrate, it's easy to forget how overwhelming and sometimes dangerous these events can be for our furry family members. Joining me this afternoon is Patty McCray from the Quad City Animal Welfare Center, along with an adoptable four-legged friend. Patty, welcome back. Thanks for being here today. And a big welcome to Claire.
Yes.
This beautiful cat.
She is, yes. She's 2 years old. She's a spayed female. Now, she came to us with a litter of kittens, and she was such a good mommy. We had her in a foster home, and she did everything right with her babies, and they all got weaned, and they all went up for adoption and have gotten adopted.
Okay.
So now it's her turn. We think she needs to get a loving home now.
Absolutely, and she seems like such a sweet, like her demeanor is so sweet. She just is happy sitting there getting pets from you.
I can feel her purring.
Oh, I
Yeah,
love
she's very
that.
sweet.
Yeah, I love that. She was meowing when you first got here, and I love that too. They get a little vocal, and it's like, hey, how you doing, Claire? She's beautiful, and now we need to get you adopted.
Yes, we
you know,
do.
it's something kind of like sad about that. Like all our little kittens, they all went and found their forever homes, and now we need to find mom somewhere,
Yeah.
you know, safe for her.
Right.
What would be the perfect type of home for Claire? She's not old. You said she's 2?
No, she's still a baby herself, I
Oh my
think. 2 years
gosh.
old. When you think about it, cats can live to be over 20 years old. So she has a lot of love to still give in
Yeah.
her life. I think a good home for her, she would be fine with other cats.
Okay.
I think she'd be okay. I think she'd love to be with kids too.
Aw.
But I also think she'd probably like to hang out and just maybe be a lap
Relax.
cat, you know, sit on someone's lap.
She's definitely enjoying herself right now.
She is, yes.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, so if somebody is watching right now, they're like, I'm the perfect home for sweet Claire. What should they do to get in contact with you guys, or at least visit Claire?
Yeah, just come out to our shelter. We're in Milan, and we're open every day. We are closed on Tuesdays and Sundays.
Okay, good to
So
know.
we're there from noon to 5. And you can check out pictures of all of our animals on our website and also
right.
on Facebook. So we're loaded. We have lots.
You
a
are
full
loaded.
house.
Yeah, you guys are oftentimes a full house. I always find it amazing too how you know, available like the photos are. You guys are on top of it. Like as soon as you take in a new animal, you can typically find that animal very quickly.
Yes.
Just online if you want to check it out. Okay, so good information there about Claire. We're talking also today about preparing our pets that we already own, or maybe pets that we are about to adopt for summertime festivities. So why are those particularly stressful on our animals?
Well, you've got maybe strangers coming over. They're not strange to you, but they might not be someone that visits all the time. So a lot of activity. You've got people coming in and out of your home, maybe fireworks, maybe you're going to grill out, something like that, just to have a good time. That can be stressful on your pet because
it's different.
It's disruptive. It's out of their normal routine. Animals love routine. So I really think that the best thing for them is to try to set up just a little area for them, like if you have a spare bedroom or a smaller room that they can be in, and make it quiet. Maybe put a little bed in there, get them some treats, something that you know they're going to enjoy. Maybe play some music. Just make it really a calm, soothing environment for them.
Somewhere they feel like they can't escape, so they're not searching for a place to escape. Somewhere really comfy for them. Fireworks, as we know, can be terrifying for animals, so that's a good way to keep them calm. You also mentioned food, which is a big one. Like, I have a dog who never eats table scraps, and she was just given some table scraps over the weekend, and she's not feeling good, and she hasn't been feeling good for a couple of days. Not by me, but that just goes to show you how much that can affect them. And there's a lot of foods that people may not realize are toxic to pets. It's not just going to give them the run-of-the-mill tummy ache. It can be really dangerous.
Yes. Onions in particular are not good for them at all. There's a lot of different things. Alcohol, don't ever give your pet that. But there's different types of products and meats and different things that we can tolerate, our tummy can tolerate, but their tummy is not going to tolerate, and you're going to get some maybe vomiting, diarrhea, and if that does continue, you definitely want to see your vet. If they're not feeling good for more than a day, I'd make a phone call and get your pet into the vet to make sure if there's something they can do to maybe settle down that tummy a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And something also that people may not realize is there are different medications and just calming aids that are out there for pets who are having really severe anxiety. So that is something as well that you can talk to your vet about.
Yeah, definitely want to talk to them before the event. Even a few weeks before you have an event coming up, they can recommend what's going to be best for your pet. It might depend on their age. It might depend on what the severity of the anxiety is. So that's definitely something you want to talk to your vet about, but do it now.
Do it well before any event that you're having, so it's something that they can get used to as well.
Right.
Okay, and then one thing I did want to make sure that we talked about was making sure that your pet's tags are up to date and also that they are microchipped, which we've talked about a couple of times on the show. But if you're having a big event, a big party, if you know that fireworks are planned for the area or for the neighborhood, this is very important.
It is. It really is. So microchipping is permanent identification, and we offer that every Wednesday at our drive-up clinic, and it's from 8 a.m. to 11. So easy to do. It's just like an injection in between their shoulder blade, and it is just peace of mind that you know your pet's been microchipped. And if your pet would sneak out, all it takes is that just a little microchip scanner, and then they know we know how to get them. We can get them back to you.
That is so huge, and what peace of mind. And now with with social media being such a big thing, I see on those lost and found pets pages, people always saying, well, did you take that pet that you found in to see if it has a microchip? So this is something that people are thinking about doing. So God forbid if your pet ever runs away or is scared, this is a way that they can be found and reunited with you. And why would you not want that?
Absolutely.
Amazing. Okay, and you guys have that curbside service, as you just mentioned. Quad City Animal Welfare Center is located again in Milan, along with the clinic they have there. We have those numbers on your screen along with the address. To learn about adoption opportunities, just visit the website qcawc.org. Patty, thank you, and Claire, thank you so much. I can't wait for an update on Sweet Claire. Yes, thank you so much for being here today. Up next on Quad Cities Live, why the next roof on your home or business should be made of metal. Affordable Metal Manufacturing is here to explain why metal is becoming the most popular material for exterior projects.
Quad Cities Live continues.
When it comes to durable, dependable building materials, whether you're constructing a barn, outfitting a home, or remodeling your business, steel is the standard. And one area company showing consistent focus on product quality and customer service is Affordable Metal Manufacturing. Sammy Barger is here to talk more about the innovative products that they are rolling out. Sammy, welcome back to the show today.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for being here. Let's talk a little bit about the company first. Tell us about Affordable Metal metal manufacturing and kind of what sets you guys apart a little bit from other companies.
Sure. Affordable Metal was started in 2008 in Kelowna, Iowa, from Russ Miller. He was the original owner. He's seen a need for there was more and more people in construction putting metal on their roofs.
Yeah.
Pole barns were getting bigger, industrial buildings, steel buildings were getting more prevalent. So that's why he started the business. And then 2012, we moved on over to Muscatine, over on 303 Cleveland, and we've been there since. And now Billy and Brooke Wagler own it. They bought it about 2-3 years ago, and it's just been taken off since then. And you can really tell that steel is getting more popular, and people are really starting to choose it.
Yeah, why is metal better than a lot of alternatives?
Well, there's many factors, and we'll just start at the top and just say it's a very durable product.
Right.
It's environmentally friendly. So like with shingles and asphalt, any petroleum product, you don't want to put that into the ground.
Okay.
So, and there is certain steps that you can take so you don't even have to tear off your roof if it's viable. And that way you're not filling landfills with asphalt, and you're putting a product on top of that if it ever does have to be removed
Yeah.
It can be recycled.
Yeah, that's all good to know.
Yeah, and then on top of that, it has the highest impact rating of any roofing material, so it withstands all the high winds,
We
the
need
storms.
that here, don't we?
Yeah, all the hailstorms, the winds we get, and we're one of the top 5 states of Tornado Alley, so we get the hardest winds, the biggest storms, the biggest hail, and tornadoes.
We absolutely do. So all good things to keep in mind. And you guys manufacture a variety of products. So kind of walk us through some of those products and the different things that they would be used for.
Yeah, sure. We sell what's called Smart Rib Plus, and that's our agricultural steel. It's what you see on a normal barn.
Okay.
And you can actually use it on homes, and it looks nice if it's done correctly, of course, like any other product. And we sell also what's called a PBR panel, purling bearing rib panel, which is good for the red iron structures that you see like big businesses building, you know, low slope buildings. And then you have standing seam and board and batten siding as well. And those are used for both commercial and residential. And what's cool about the standing seam and the board and batten siding, we actually have a machine that pulls right up to your door and cuts the panels right on site. Right there. And our PBR and our ag steel, if you order it, we deliver it in 3 days or less.
Yeah, okay, so that was actually one of my questions. Your turnaround time is incredible.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a goal for you guys at Affordable Metal, but how are you able to do that?
We have a great crew of people starting from the office. They're great in customer service, and we have a good crew of women and men that work in our shop. They're just the real nuts and bolts of the place. They make it go well, and it's awesome working with them.
It's important.
It is.
It's important to them.
They like their job, and Billy and Brooke make sure that they like their job, you know, and if they don't fit in that sort of position, they'll try them in another position to help them do better.
That's awesome.
So it's a great company to work for.
That's great. We love hearing that. Okay, so you also offer full building packages with renderings and engineered plans. So who is this really ideal for?
So right now we're offering a full building package for contractors, wholesaling the building package for contractors.
Okay.
And we can deliver a building in 10 days or less. So when you come in if you were come in to talk to me, or I was to come talk to you on my computer, I can literally draw the whole building up for you and show you what it's going to look like and give you the cost. And then in 10 days to 3 weeks, I can have every single stick of lumber, piece of metal, screw, and bag of concrete on your property ready to build.
That's huge.
And if you need a contractor, just say for a residential person or a farmer out there looking for a contractor to build a shed or a garage on their property, we have a very extensive contractor referral list, and they're good contractors, reputable people in our town and their surrounding areas.
I'm so happy that you mentioned that, because I really do think a lot of folks, they don't know where to start. You know, a lot of people, you'll see it all the time on social media. Anybody have a good recommendation that you like for this, that, or the other thing? It's nice that they can go directly to you, and you guys have a list that you are confident in of contractors to point them in that direction, especially for their specific needs and what it is that they're after. So another thing that you do for contractors and the ones that you work with are these lunch and learn opportunities.
Sure.
Can you tell us a little bit about those and just why that continuing education is so important?
Yeah, every industry changes, and we try and stay on top of the industry with everything that we're learning and doing in our shop. And so when I do these lunch and learns with contractors and business owners, I usually try to get their salesmen and their project leads, their lead guys on, and I get them into one room, buy them all lunch or breakfast. I'm getting ready to do it Wednesday for a group over in Rockford.
Awesome.
And I talk to them about, all our products, how they go together, how we want, what we can expect, what they can expect from us, what we need to expect from them. So that way when it goes into the ordering process, it's a smooth transition. Because a lot of people are afraid to order steel or materials from any place else because they're so used to the place. Well, what I do is I come in and I make it comfortable for them. So they know me, they have a face to the business, because every contractor doesn't live in Muscatine.
Well, yeah, and it's it's good for everybody to know their options. This is a really good introductory way to kind of network, in the industry that you're in. So on-site consulting, that is something that is incredibly helpful. So what does that look like? And, on the other end, how does that really support the client in this process?
Well, sometimes I've been in the business I was a contractor and carpenter for 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've been in the business a while, and I've not seen everything, but I've seen a lot, and when you've been sort of behind the gun for that many years, it's hard to see something you haven't come across or familiar with. So a lot of times contractors or subs will get into an area and they're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at, and I'm like, hey, I'll be right there. So I'll come out and I'll say, this is what you need. I'll point and show them where the products go, how they're used, and help them out so they're not misassembling something, so to speak. Does that make sense? Yes,
it makes perfect sense. You already touched on this when you talked about kind of your crew there. You call them the nuts and bolts. Customer service is incredibly important to this business.
Huge.
So just kind of talk about the response that you've had, not only from clients that you are working with right now, but past clients, on what it's like working with you guys as a company.
One thing that a lot of people like is not every job is perfect, and I think everybody knows that. And if a client rolls over a couple pieces of trim or a couple panels are bad because they were cut bad or weren't ordered correctly, we literally will throw them in the back of a truck or on a trailer and get them there next day, if not that day. And contractors love that because a lot of times when you put in an order, they'll go, oh, you're going to have to wait 10 days. And so
it holds up a project.
Holds up a project. You're holding up a crew that's got a lift on site, and we don't want people to have to go through that. So, in our customer service, they do their best to be very detailed in all their orders, so that when it does go, that they make sure that the customer knows what they're buying, where it goes, and how the process works.
That is huge. That is so helpful. I'm glad you spoke on that. And you can learn more about products or even check out a gallery of completed projects by visiting affordablemetalmfg.com. Again, affordablemetalmfg.com. It is right there at the bottom of your screen. Sammy, thank you so much, as always, for just kind of coming on the show. Obviously, I don't know everything about metal and constructing with it in metal buildings. You make it very easy to talk. Yeah, so we appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much. And we've got much more to come in our second half hour of QCL, including a visit to Wave of Wellness Aesthetics and Laser for a closer look at a cutting-edge, non-invasive treatment that helps burn fat and build muscle with no downtime. And later, our wins of the weekend, including a special recital performance by one tiny dancer.
And we've got some interesting weather coming up over the next few days. I'll have your latest First Alert forecast coming up.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert forecast with weather specialist Teresa Bryant.
Well, after an absolutely gorgeous Sunday, we're looking to see some stormy weather ahead. A First Alert day in effect for this evening from 6 o'clock until midnight for strong storms and the possibility of some heavy rain during the overnight hours. We'll see the possibility of damaging winds, large hail, isolated tornadoes, although the tornadic threat is going to remain low. And right now, looking at dry conditions for the time being across our region. We did see a few showers and thunderstorms moving through earlier today. Now all is dry, if not exactly clear, but we're looking to see another round of strong storms developing later on this evening, and some heavy rain continuing into the overnight hours as indicated by these areas of yellow, orange, and red. That That's going to continue to overspread the region through the rest of the overnight and into early tomorrow morning. And we'll see additional shower and storm chances ahead in the morning and especially by the afternoon hours. Again, something that we'll be watching very carefully over the next 24 to 48 hours. Right now, looking at a level 1 to level 2 risk for the possibility of strong to severe storms this evening. And by tomorrow, looking at a level 1 risk for the southeastern counties of our viewing area. Still could see some strong storms in that vicinity. Along with that, some areas of heavy rain, generally ranging from around 1 to as much as 3+ inches of precipitation, which is badly needed in the midst of our drought situation. Right now, seeing a bit of sunshine out there amongst the clouds, a reading of 59 degrees. Temperatures around the region ranging from 59 in Dubuque to 65 degrees in Macomb, 55 in Princeton, 61 in Washington. Winds moving out of the east at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Gusts of up to 30 miles per hour in some locations. Lows down to 51 degrees. Showers to the north with a reading of 61 tomorrow, 63 in DeWitt, 61 in Stockton, a reading of 65 degrees in Muscatine, 68 in Monmouth, with a few thunderstorms down to the south, and temperatures reaching 64 degrees. Showers and isolated thunderstorms expected. Your 7-day outlook calling for readings that will remain in the 60s due to cloud cover and rain, at least through the middle of the week. We start to climb back into the upper 60s by Friday and 70s for the holiday weekend.
Still to come on QCL, we are taking you inside Wave of Wellness Aesthetics and Laser for an up-close look at a non-invasive body contouring treatment that burns fat and builds muscle.
Quad Cities Live continues.
We are here at Wave of Wellness Aesthetics and Laser, and we're excited to give you a behind-the-scenes look at some new technology. This is really the latest in non-invasive body contouring. So we're building muscle and we're burning fat. Really no downtime. We're really excited. Joining me here today is Dr. Aman Carr, the medical director. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. So first, tell us a little bit about your clinic and really the wide variety of services that you offer here.
Sure. So at Wave of Wellness, we offer advanced aesthetic treatments for skin, body, and hair with a clear mission, and that is to provide safe, effective, and scientifically proven treatments that deliver results with no downtime. We specialize in a variety of treatments, including non-surgical facelifts, body contouring, hair restoration. Actually, in fact, for hair restoration, we are the only one in Quad Cities to offer a complete program that includes a detailed assessment, hormonal and nutritional evaluations, and also we provide latest Alma-TET technology that uses ultrasound and sound waves to create millions of channels on the scalp.
Wow.
And delivers a powerful growth serum deep in the scalp to promote hair growth.
So doctor, can you tell us a little bit more about some of the facial treatments that you offer? Because the list is very long.
Absolutely. So we have a non-surgical facelift where we combine multiple treatments, Exion, M-Face, and RF microneedling. In this video, you're seeing M-Face treatment being done on the forehead and cheeks. So what we do is we apply the applicators on the area, and multiple treatment areas can be treated. In this particular video, you're seeing the forehead and the cheek treatment. Otherwise, chin can be done. So what this is doing is it's using radio frequency to tone the skin and muscle stimulation to tone the lifting muscles of the face. So that makes the face firmer and lifted. So it's just equivalent to a non-surgical facelift.
Yeah.
We also have Exion treatment. So slightly different modality. It has nothing to do with muscle stimulation, but it uses ultrasonic technology along with heat and boosts the hyaluronic acid by 220%, gives a more youthful look. So these treatments are ideal for people who are looking for more natural, youthful appearance without any downtime. and it gives wonderful results.
These are great options for people who are wanting to try something but very concerned about invasive procedures. This is a good thing to do in a good balance, and I think it's something that not a lot of people realize is an option and is in fact out there and available to them.
Absolutely. And this can be done as a treatment. This is also great for people in their 30s and 40s who want to prevent aging.
Incredible. All you have to do is go onto the website, honestly, and look at the menu of services that you provide. You will no doubt find what you're looking for. Here today, we really want to focus on this new technology, Emsculpt Neo. So tell us all about it.
Yes. So over the years, I've seen so many of my patients, friends, colleagues who do everything. They exercise, they eat healthy, and yet they are not able to achieve the physique they desire. They're not able to lose weight on certain areas, and that's where Emsculpt comes in. So Emsculpt is FDA-approved treatment. It uses radio frequency that melts fat. Along with that, it gives high-intensity muscle stimulation to tone the muscles. Now, when I say muscle stimulation, that is like delivering 20,000 crunches in 30 minutes. And the beauty is there is no pain, there is no post-treatment soreness. The treatment is very comfortable and it gives excellent results.
Wow.
Now, if somebody, it's a game changer for anyone who's looking to burn fat in certain areas, tone muscles, and also tone the skin. So all can be done at the same time.
Wonderful.
Now, this is also FDA approved for post-surgical rehab, where it can be given along with physical therapy. It is excellent for conditions like tendinitis, carpal tunnel syndrome, plantar fasciitis, where it's also FDA approved.
Wow. Okay. So that right there is helpful to a lot of people.
Yes.
Roughly how long does an Emsculpt treatment take?
So it's a 30 minutes treatment. It is usually done weekly for 4 to 6 sessions. And we, based upon the goals, based upon, person, we determine how many treatments are needed. But typically it's 4 to 6 treatments.
Okay.
In scientific trials, it has been shown that a series of 4 to 6 treatments is equivalent to several months of high-intensity interval training. Wow. And the good part is it's safe, it's effective, and you burn around 200 and 250 calories in one treatment while you just sit back and relax.
That sounds like a dream come true. Amazing. So what does it feel like? I mean, what has patient response been like? It sounds pretty enjoyable from what I understand.
It's, to be honest, it's a very, very comfortable treatment.
Good.
Not painful at all, very tolerable.
Who would be a good candidate for this? I can imagine you have a variety of clients that come in.
So anyone, who wants to, who's dealing with stubborn fat in certain areas, it can treat multiple treatment areas. It can treat abs, it can treat the edge, can glutes, thighs, arms.
Okay.
So it can be done on different treatment areas.
Okay, wonderful. So when you come in, let's say, and have a consultation and are deciding if this is something that is right for you, do clients oftentimes have multiple treatment areas that they're interested in Emsculpt for?
Absolutely. Very typically, we do the front abdomen and the flanks together because it's the same muscle group.
Okay.
So we like to cover that and people really get wonderful results. But it can be combined. Different treatment areas can be combined one after the other.
Okay, so I know you've had so many clients that have already taken advantage of this new technology. After 4 or 6 treatments, what are their responses like and levels of satisfaction?
Now, per company, best results in their scientific trials have been seen 8 to 10 weeks after the treatment. But I would say majority or more than 95% of the people see visible results after their 4th treatment.
Wonderful. Okay, so for people that want to learn a little bit more about this or even try it out, you have a very special anniversary celebration coming up.
Absolutely. We are thrilled to celebrate our 1-year anniversary on May 22nd.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thursday. It's from 12 to 5. And we also have a special bus That will come from 12 to 2, where all the demos will be done free of cost, and education will be provided. So it's a great opportunity to learn about all the non-invasive aesthetic treatments available to you in this area. It's going to be a celebration, so there'll be raffles, there'll be refreshments.
Yeah.
So please come and join us.
Wave of Wellness Aesthetics and Laser is located on Progress Drive right off of Utica Ridge Road in Davenport. Dr. Aman Carr, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Wow Aesthetics 1-year anniversary celebration is happening this Thursday, May 22nd from noon to 5. You can RSVP online at wow-aesthetics.com. Wave of Wellness is easy to find right off Utica Ridge Road in Davenport next to Unity Point Health Trinity Hospital. Coming up, our wins of the weekend, including an update on the quickly growing Beiderbecke twins. That's next. Well, it is time now for our wins of the weekend, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. One thing we're getting with you, Teresa, is a little update on the Beiderbecke twins.
Yes.
Yes.
They are getting so big. Look at this. This is Mom. I caught Mom over the weekend with her babies, and this is today. Wow. Look at how large they've gotten. Remember, they were little white puff balls earlier.
They're still cute.
Yeah, it's only been a few weeks here, and they are getting so big. Yeah. And I love to see their comically big feet. They're yellow, and they're kind of, cartoonish.
It's like a puppy when they're like, when they have the giant paws before they grow into them.
Yeah, so Mom and Dad are both, they take turns, and I've been monitoring them, and they're doing very, very well. They're starting to flap their wings a little bit, so I think in a couple weeks' time, they may be good to go.
Ready to
Mom
fly.
and Dad will be teaching them how to fly.
Oh my gosh, well, it's so cute. I love the update, and yes, they are growing very, very quickly. Speaking of cute little ones that are growing up very quickly, Darby had her final dance recital of the year. So there she is in the middle. I tried to blur out all the other kids that are on her dance team just because I didn't have time to ask all their parents if they cared if I put them on TV. So there's Darbs in the middle, and she had her dance recital just yesterday.
And
she
looks adorable.
Yes, she did a really, 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 really good job, and we were so proud of her.
She's got the moves.
She's got the moves. Look at her go.
Yes.
So it's been a long year of dance. Being a dance mom doesn't really come naturally to me, but it's my win because all the other moms on the team have been wonderful all year long on making sure that I've got it figured out. So yeah, that is my win of the week. Thank you so much for watching QCL. Your local news at 4 with Sharon is up next.